Part 1. My Spiritual Awakening Journey. My spiritual awakening began in the year 2012. Before that period, my natural temperament was calm and empathetic, because from childhood, I have always been a person with strong empathy toward others. However, when the awakening process started, something unexpected happened. A strong wave of anger began to arise within me. This anger was not my natural character, yet it appeared very intensely during the early phase of awakening. For nearly 10 years, this inner process continued. During this period, I often felt a heavy pressure in my chest, as if a large stone was placed on my heart. Emotionally and energetically, it felt like something deep within was being purified. Many spiritual traditions describe this phase as a period of inner cleansing, when suppressed emotions and psychological patterns surface so they can dissolve. Even though the process was sometimes difficult, it gradually transformed my inner life. The anger that appeared during the early stage was not destructive anger, but more like a force pushing hidden emotions to the surface. It felt as if an inner intelligence was working through me, even though I did not fully understand it at the time. Then, in the year 2022, something significant changed. What I experienced felt like a heart opening. The heavy feeling that had been present for nearly 10 years suddenly disappeared. The sensation was as if the large stone that had been pressing on my chest was removed. Instead of heaviness, I felt extremely light, almost like a feather. My emotional state changed dramatically. After this heart opening, compassion and empathy increased even more strongly than before. Since I was already naturally empathetic, the change felt like an expansion of that quality. I became more sensitive to the feelings and suffering of others, and kindness began to arise more naturally and spontaneously. Part 2. Changes after heart awakening. After the heart opening in 2022, several other inner transformations became noticeable. The intense anger that had appeared during the early years of awakening almost completely disappeared. Occasionally there are moments when my inner self seems to release small amounts of emotion, almost as if it needs to vent something briefly. But these moments are rare, and they pass quickly without leaving any disturbance. Another important change is that many personal desires have started to reduce significantly. Cravings that once existed are gradually fading away. One of the strongest human cravings that most people experience has almost completely vanished from my mind. This reduction in desire did not happen through forced discipline or suppression. It happened naturally, as if the mind itself lost interest in these things. I also noticed that many of my actions now seem to arise from an inner guidance rather than from deliberate personal decisions. If someone asks me why I do something, often I cannot give a clear explanation. It feels as though an inner intelligence or deeper self is directing the action. I simply follow what feels naturally right in that moment. Because of these changes, my life now feels lighter and more peaceful compared to the earlier years of the awakening process. Compassion has increased, anger has reduced, desires are fading, and a sense of inner guidance has become stronger. Looking at this journey, It seems that the awakening process first brought a long period of emotional purification, followed by a heart opening that transformed my emotional nature. Now the process appears to be moving toward deeper inner stability, where awareness, compassion, and detachment continue to grow naturally without effort.